Hey, this is Double R. I wanted to tell you that Anchor by Spotify is a great and easy way to make a podcast with everything you need and all in one place. Anchor has the tools to allow you to record, edit your podcast straight from your phone or your computer. When hosting with Anchor, you can distribute your podcast to all listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Best of all, it's totally free. So go down the Anchor app or go to Anchor.fm to get started. This is the Let's Roll Podcast with your host, Double R. Yo, this is Double R. Welcome back to the podcast, the Let's Roll Podcast. I'm your host that rolls the most, if you know what I mean. All right, let's talk about in this episode video games, but specifically Red Dead Redemption 2. We're going to do that and more after this.
This is Sammy Haney. I play Esperanza on Racing Dion. Watch Season 2 February 1st on Netflix. And get ready for my upcoming interview right here on the Let's Roll Podcast with Double R.
Well, if you haven't been living under the rock and you haven't been on Twitter or YouTube, your PlayStation, your Xbox, your computer, then you don't know what's going on in the world of Red Dead Redemption 2. Specifically online. There's a lot of people out there that are upset. The fan base is upset. They're crying. They're wanting to throw out their Xbox, their PlayStation, the PlayStation 5 that they haven't even got yet. They want to throw that out. They want to pack up their computer and send it back to the store and tell them that they don't get updates from Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh my God, the world's coming to an end. We're in the middle of a pandemic and we can't get our update DLC downloads for Red Dead Redemption 2. So everybody's upset because for pretty much over a year now, at least that's what they say. I could argue the fact that, okay, so, but they're upset that Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive have not done anything for Red Dead Online for a while here. And there's no communication. The fan base is just up in arms. They're just upset. This is the way I look at it. Everybody, there's different players for this game, and everybody plays the game differently. Personally, when I get on the game and I get online, I just play the game. I do all the businesses. I hunt. I fish. I try to make as much money as I can, try to earn as much gold as I can. I do not play the adversary modes. I don't do any of those type of things in Red Dead Online. Those things don't interest me. But I try to play with friends that like to play it, and we play together, and we help each other out, and we play that. Now, again, I'm an older person. I'm 51 years old. This year I'll be 52. I enjoy Red Dead as a relaxing, just go roam around in the open world, the beautiful open world that it is. And I just like to have fun that way. I'm not into that I gotta have the latest and greatest and newest thing. You know, if it took them a year to put out a DLC or a download, then so be it. It takes them a year. Now, that's just me. That's my opinion of it. I do support the hashtag Save Red Dead Redemption. I support that because I'm just a one in thousands, if not millions, of players that, I'm not really upset about it. It doesn't bother me. I mean, granted, I even take a break from video games sometimes, and since I've started the podcast, I really don't play that much anymore anyway, but I am slowly getting back into it because my friend wants to do stuff for my gaming channel. So that kind of motivated me to say, okay, let's do that together. And I can try to do both. I can do podcasting and video gaming. But that being said, I do take a break from it. When I come back after this, I'm going to talk about why people think it's dying and the comparison to the way they treat their different franchises, as in GTA 5 Online or GTA Online versus Red Dead Online, right after this. So the biggest gripe when it comes to the two franchises for Rockstar and Take-Two Entertainment is that the fan base seems to think that they only focus on GTA Online more than Red Dead. Now, Red Dead's been out for, I think, 3 years now, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe going on its fourth year. We played that game for a full year in beta with hardly anything to do. And that was pretty much go on there, and the only thing that you could really make money with is hunting and fishing. And that was pretty much like the Wild West, because all you ever really did was either that or you would kill each other or go play the few adversary modes that they had. Okay? And then we slowly started getting updates. But the rate we were getting them versus the rate that GTA Online gets them are totally different. But let's be honest with each other. GTA Online has been around for almost 8 or 9 years. It might be even 10. Seems like it's 10. They've been around a lot longer. They make a lot more money with that game. And the time period of that game is way different than the time period of Red Dead Redemption 2. So the time period in GTA is really considered more modern. I mean, it's modern. You could have all kinds of crazy stuff in that game versus, are you going to go put a flying DeLorean in Red Dead Redemption 2 based on the time period? No, you're not. So it's a totally different, they're two totally different games. They have two totally different feels to them. I look at Red Dead, again, going back to what I previously said, I view Red Dead as a laid-back, chilled game. I ride around on a horse, got beautiful landscapes. You know, there's no hustle and bustle. There's no, even, the selling missions aren't that bad. The only time they get bad is when other players want to ruin it. But again, other players want to ruin your stuff in GTA Online. So they're two different games. One makes way more money for the company than the newer one is. Now, do I feel like they neglect Red Dead a little bit? Yeah, I could say I feel that way. But I also look at it like, look how long it took GTA Online to get to where they are now. And how long it's taking Red Dead to get to where they are now. And there is a lot of things that are wrong with both games. Let's not make it sound like that GTA is a perfect online game. It's not. It's got its problems too. Just like when they do introduce a DLC on Red Dead Redemption 2, it screws something up. And then it takes them a couple of weeks to go back and fix that. Same thing with GTA. Some things never get fixed. Both games never get fixed totally, perfectly. So, do I think that the fan base has a legitimate concern and frustration with the way Red Dead is being treated? Absolutely, I do. But I don't hate on either one of the games. I enjoy both games. Now, I get, if you want to say hated on or bullied or, make fun of or whatever, because I do play Red Dead. I mean, I got particular friends that say, that game is dying, it's boring, it's no fun, it's blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, we all like different things, we all play different things. Some things we do play together because we enjoy those things together. Some things we don't enjoy together or don't like or don't play it in the way that each other plays it. For example, Shout out to my boy Trickster. Trickster, I met him playing GTA. And we played GTA for years together online, the online part. We were in multiple crews together. We had wars with other crews. I mean, it was fun. And then we kind of carried that over to Red Dead for a little bit, but he didn't enjoy Red Dead. It was too slow for him, especially early on when it was beta. So I started playing more Red Dead in anticipation of things that would eventually come out in that game, that I wanted to build up as much money as I could. I wanted to unlock as much stuff as I could at that time. So I played a lot more Red Dead than I played GTA. And GTA got kind of a little old for me, and then when they started introducing the heist at the casino, and then the next heist, and it started to become more of a heist game, I was just like, no, I don't want to do that. I didn't like the original heist that much anyway. Those things you do together with friends, which is fine. And that's probably the only way you could really do those to really have fun. Some of them you could do by yourself. But I didn't want to sit there and do those things over and over and over. I was more of a grinder on even both games. I love to grind, like I grind the businesses. I go in there and do my businesses. And some of the businesses I like to do, people think I'm crazy. I was like, why would you spend all that time? Because it's fun, relaxing. I put some music on, some headphones on, put my music on, and I sit there and play GTA for hours, just doing, going and getting crates, because I'm the crate master. But going back to my friends that do different things, Trickster likes to play basketball. He plays NBA 2K, whatever the new one is. And he plays it and grinds it to unlock players. And he's done that for the last 3 years that I know of, probably longer than that. But he gets obsessed with that game and does that. Then he likes other games that I don't really get into. So it's okay that we all have different games that we want to play. But I would never knock him. I have for one game, and only one game. But I would never knock him for saying, man, that's all you ever want to do. Now, I might say that in passing and joking around, but I wouldn't be like, oh, Red Dead, like my friend Alan does with me, was, oh, Red Dead is dead. It's dying. Well, it is dead. It's in the name. It's Red Dead, But the game itself hasn't physically died. To me, the only way Red Dead dies is everybody just stops playing it, and they eventually take the servers down, and you can't play it. That's the only way it's going to die. You could say it's not getting the love. Yeah. Well, right now it's not getting the love. You could say there's less people playing it now than there was before. True. That's absolutely true. But people are still playing it on a daily basis. Not at the level of GTA Online or any other major game out there. But they're still playing it. They're still enjoying it. And now people are starting to create the modded versions on PCs and making their role-playing communities. And so there's a fan base out there for everybody. But right now, Red Dead Redemption 2 fan base for the online is very mad, very frustrated. And they want more. They want to be heard. They want the stuff that they were expecting, but they were told that was going to come, that hasn't come yet. I would go so far as that Rockstar and 2K, whatever the other company's name is. To me, that company is big enough. They should be able to work on both games at the same time. Now, that being said, let's look at the time frame right now when we come back. The one thing that I don't think people consider right now in not the time frame, but in timeline, or however you want to look at it, we're in a pandemic. We've been in a pandemic. That I've said in the previous episode, we've been in a pandemic we're going on our third year. We know that supply lines are all jacked up for all kinds of different products and supplies and stuff. We know that we spent basically almost a whole year shut down completely in this country, and that has set back a lot of things. We were lucky to get what we got when we got it for all the games. I briefly have already said they're obviously working on GTA Online a lot more than they're working on Red Dead Redemption Online or Red Dead Online. This is what I would say in closing on this episode. I understand that there's a lot of younger people, younger than me, that are mad and frustrated and upset, and they tendency to have that I want it now attitude. I don't want to wait. I don't have the patience to wait. Give me what I want, blah, 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 blah. That being said, I say sit back, relax, calm down, play the game, or don't play the game. It's okay to put the game down for right now. It's okay to set it down and step away and go play something else for a little while. It also is okay to get back on the game and just goof around. Create something within the game that'll create something or challenge yourself within the game that is not there, but you can challenge yourself. You know, I remember back in beta when me and my friend Ed was playing, and we decided we're going to go catch, and I think at the time we could only carry 10 fish, 10 of each fish. So what we did is we went and fished, and I want to say it took us a couple hours, and we went and caught 10 of every type of fish we could catch, except for the big, what they would call legendary fish. That we caught like 5 of those. At one time, you could go get a wagon and position it the right way. You could throw the fish into the wagon and take the fish, the wagon full of fish down to sell it. And that was kind of a glitchy thing. Now you have a hunting wagon that you can go catch 5 big fish and take them to the butcher and sell them. But we did that, 1, to see if we could do it. 2, to see what kind of money we would make doing that. So you just find ways to challenge yourself. You know, there's all kinds of things in that game that you can challenge yourself and do. Come up with unique challenges. Go on there's a railroad bridge. Go park your horse down in the water and go climb your way back up to the top and get in the middle of the bridge and jump off to see if you can land on your horse. Or jump off the bridge to see if you can not die. I mean, there's all kinds of things stupid things you can come up with and do. For the most part, I would play daily challenges. I'd go in there and do as many daily challenges as I could every day. I did that for a while. I mean, there's ways to make that game fun. And if you can get a group of friends to come and play with you and ride around and do stuff and, help each other out, that's what that game is for. I understand you want new stuff. I understand you want more stuff to spend the money that you built up with. You built up in the game. You want to be able to spend that money on new stuff. I get it. I understand it, and I agree with you. But until that stuff comes, relax. Just play the game. Play it for what it is. Enjoy it for what it is and what it's been. And if you want to go buy new things and stuff like that, then go over to GTA Online and play that for a little while. Find a new game to play. And until then, do the hashtag Save Red Dead. Get your voice heard. Send feedback to Rockstar. Say, man, we love this game. We want to support the game. We want to play this game, but you got to give us something. Give us something more to do. Give us the stuff that you promised us that was coming. Like, just, help, and fix some of the little issues that still have the game. And some things just don't, in both games, there are some things that just don't make sense. Like, you can do it this way, but you can't do it that way. I think the biggest thing that would help both games, now, GTA Online, you can kind of do it. kind of do it on certain things. Red Dead, you can't do it at all. I mean, you can get, there's a workaround, but just to have an actual way to do it. And that is both of them have solo private or solo public private lobbies, if that's what you want to call it. And basically have it where you can go into a lobby where only you can invite people in, but you're allowed to do anything and everything the game allows you to do in a public session. Players, there are certain players that want to go in there and play the game and accomplish stuff without being messed with by other players. And I know both games encourage that to happen, but that needs to change. If that would change, there would be a lot more people happier. You know, for a while there on Red Dead and even on GTA, we would get on to do stuff and we would get so frustrated because people would keep messing with us. And that would drive us nuts. And we would get so mad and so frustrated. We literally, me, my brother, my friend Ed, were selling his goods in Red Dead Online. And in Red Dead Online, if you haven't played it or don't know, you can either sell long distance or local. Well, long distance would give you more money, but it's a long distance. And I ain't joking. It takes you almost 20 minutes of travel time to sell your goods. So we're out. We're selling the goods. We're about halfway through. And there was a posse of about at least 6 people, maybe 7, that decided they didn't want us to sell our stuff. So we got ambushed. Now, if they blow up your wagon, that will destroy the wagon, but it will put out goods where you can individually call your horse or get your horse and put some goods on everybody's horse and still deliver them. You just can't deliver them in the wagon. We couldn't even get, once they blew up that wagon, we couldn't even get to those goods to sell them. Because anytime we got close to them, they'd kill us. And we were just overrun. We were outmatched. We were overrun. The game, to a certain degree, is unbalanced sometimes. As far as, you know, they have ability cards and, you know, players are better than other players, obviously. But we got so frustrated, I just went, I'm gone. And I left because there was no way we were going to finish that. And so those are things that I'm talking about. As they made it to where if a group of people wanted to go play the game together without being harassed by anybody else in the game, and I'm not talking about computer or NPCs, computer generated players. I'm talking about actual players that if they would eliminate or give us the ability to play with or without other players, as far as players we don't know, it would make it better. It'd make it better for both games. I get frustrated with GTA here lately because the last 2 DLCs or downloads or whatever you want to call them, gave you the ability to do those things in an invite or a crew member only session. I can do those things, but I can't do the other things. Like I can't go take care of my businesses or my nightclub, all my drug businesses or anything like that because I'm in an invite or a private session. And it won't allow you to do the things that they want you to do in a public session. So I wish that was one thing that Rockstar and Take-Two would change in both games. Give us the ability to do whatever we want in our own session or own lobby. We can invite in who we want, kick out who we want. We can just play in there all by ourselves or with our posse and so on. Another complaint I have, and it's kind of on both games, mainly on Red Dead, but we have the ability to have 7-member posses, and then basically have the same thing in GTA on the Biker Club. But not everything that we are able to do with those businesses and stuff allows us to have all 7 members or 8 members or whatever it is. Change that. What's the point in having a posse if I can have all of my posse members involved and can benefit from doing it, doing the mission or whatever. So those are kind of the complaints I have. I could care less right now if we don't get another DLC for, another 6 months or whatever it is, however long it takes. What I do hope, though, is if it does take long, that it's a good, significant, well put together DLC download. That's what I want. I don't care how long it takes, as long as by the time it gets here, it's worth the wait. That it ain't something, insignificant. But change some of the things, fix some of the things. In the meantime, you want to satisfy fans and help them and your fan base, change those little things. Give us those little things that probably would not take much for you to do at all. Fix those things, and you'll have some happy people that will come back and play the game. So that's my thought on it. Hashtag save Red Dead. That's what you need to do. Fight for what you want. Fight for what you believe in. Knowing that I'm not hating on either one of them. I'm not hating on GTA. I'm not hating on Red Dead or any other games that you like to play. Just play games and have fun and be respectful to other players. That's my motto. So with that being said, always until next time, let's roll. Hey guys, Double R here. And make sure you check us out on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and our merch store. Follow us on all of our social media.